Yeah, I'm going to get started. I just have ended the music and graphic imagery across 8 channels worldwide for Rotary International. I'm Marty Mangello, the president of Rotary Club of Global Impact, and we're club number 224, 228, of course. And so we're going to crank things up here. We always start our meetings with a special world anthem. And I'd like to therefore share our feed coming in over at Google Meet. So let me do that as well, guys. And I like to enable the audio to make sure it's coming in super awesome. So we have a feed over there with our members. And yeah, looks like that's coming in quite well. So streaming on all channels now. Shankar, how are you today from India? Great to see you. Patty from New York.
Good morning.
Yeah. I won't go around the room today and offer 1 minute to everybody to talk because in the past it's turned into 8 to 11 minutes. And so I think we need to have that timer that we had before one time where it was clicking down. Actually, it burned down the last time I did that 1 minute, 34 minutes before the speaker could come on. So I think the timer sometimes is quite helpful. Our feed across all 8 channels worldwide is quite good. Isn't that funny, Aaron?
Yes, Steve gives you precisely 2 minutes to speak to the second.
Yeah. And
I've seen strict at those meetings.
Other clubs, they put that timer on. It's like 58, 57, 56. So the feed across the world is very good. I'm just checking simultaneously over at StreamYard. So I'll go on ahead then and start now our world anthem. This is Smiles, and this is quite dear to all of our hearts. We play this at the beginning of every one of our shows, and this will come through, looks like, yeah, good audio. So without further ado, this is Smiles Emerging from the Darkness.
Where is all the good news? Where's the helping hand? Where are all the smiles I used to see? They gotta be here somewhere. I think I'll take a look around. Maybe try to find some harmony. All the love we used to know, just too hard to find. Giving in to feelings of despair. World renewed is upside down. Fears replacing love. It hurts. No one seems to care. There's a smile that says hello. Another says goodbye. One that promises I'm giving you my heart. I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud of who you are. One that keeps us close when we're apart. Walking from the darkness of all that we've been through. It seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again life of Another says goodbye. One that promises I'm giving you my heart. I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud to be part. And one that keeps us close when we're apart. Maybe at the top, I'm thinking conversations that end with let's agree. We may be a little closer than we think, finding our way home. Finding our way to harmony, to the beauty and the joy of harmony.
That's right, folks. Jimmy James. That is Dr. Jimmy James, Jim Cricket. Love him so much. And that is the husband of Dr. Pauline Crawford, our president-elect coming into office. Dr. Pauline, I would like to turn it over to you for your biweekly welcome as our new president-elect.
Welcome, everybody. It's Dr. Pauline Crawford coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's wonderful to see Shankar here from India. Is that right? Welcome. And Tatyana from Boston. And of course, bombing in from DC, and Marty and Patty. And I'm not sure who's on the telephone.
That's actually Dr. Shannon Stewart and Willie down in Tampa, Florida. Yeah.
Tampa, Florida. So we've got good coverage. Hi there. One of our goals as a club is to be different, to be unique in the world. We're global, so we have members across the world. We have them in Philippines, in Africa, in India, in the UK, in Europe, in Canada, America. So we are very international. And we're delighted to have Tatyana here today. My announcement is that I launched my book, which is called The Power of Authentic Harmony. And for me, that's the mission, is how do we, as men and women of different cultures and different preferences, actually understand each other at a very core level? And how do we really understand what I'm sure we're going to hear about from our speaker today, about consciousness and kindness and compassion and trust and respect. So there's The Power of Authentic Harmony, and the subtitle is Magical Conversations That Transform Our World. So that's my message for today, is that we keep on thinking locally and globally, because the family matters, society matters, community matters, and business matter, and Rotary matters. So I'd like to welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President-elect Crawford. And without further ado, we always have been putting our speaker on first. So if you're looking for bubbly, for many of our viewers across the world who are watching on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and 5 Facebook channels, we welcome you also. We know that you're coming in from across a number of different social media avenues, and never to be forgotten, all the people who are going to be watching afterwards in the weeks and months to come, that you find this episode somehow, some way, someplace, somewhere in your life. We welcome you also. Tatyana Gao, our guest speaker today, is quite bubbly, quite invigorating, quite lively, and quite professional. If I was to say the 4 quites that I could pick up just on her from meeting with her, talking with her, reading her missives and emails, those would be it. Don't ask me to repeat those again. Okay. But I would like to offer a joke to get people in a good mood. President Reagan once said that there was a gentleman laying on the ground and he was injured badly. And later on in court, one of the opposing attorneys was questioning him. and said, "Didn't you say that you felt quite fine?" To the law enforcement officer, the policeman who arrived at the scene of the accident. And then you went to the hospital, and now you have millions of dollars in claims against this injury and this accident. Didn't you tell the court, tell them now, didn't you tell the law enforcement officer that you felt quite fine? And the gentleman up on the stand in the courtroom said, yes, I did do that. Actually, the policeman had come over and was looking at my horse that I had been riding, and it was badly injured itself and had a broken leg. And he put his pistol into its ear and he let the horse out of its misery. And my dog that had been running alongside on the trail had a broken back. So he also dispatched my dog. And when he come over to me, he said, "And how are you feeling today?" So, all right, guys. I hope you're going to have as much fun with our speaker today as my joke, Tatyana Gao. She's a high-performance leadership coach, an international public speaker, and the creator of Monada Coaching. We're very, very pleased to have her here today. And without further ado, Monada or Tatyana, would you pick it up and take it off?
Absolutely. Hello, Martin. Hello, Dr. Pauline. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and to contribute to your wonderful club. So today I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second.
Take your time. I'm having another bunny cracker.
So please let me know if you are able to see the screen.
That's
okay?
perfect. Yeah, that is actually perfect.
Wonderful. Okay, so my today's presentation is going to be about conscious leadership for thriving organizational culture and a positive impact. And something that I have been developing myself as a leadership coach and speaker is the concept of conscious leadership and my understanding of what goes into it. So I define conscious leadership is the ability to lead oneself and others from the place of higher consciousness that comes from the alignment of your body, mind, and soul and manifests as the embodiment of the soul's purpose and the fully realized potential here on earth. So I feel that with everything that has been happening with COVID and the war and other things going on globally, it is truly important for us to come to our senses and to become the leaders of our life, to take responsibility and ownership. And I believe that if everyone across the globe starts doing that, that our world is going to look very different in a positive way.
Okay.
So I would love to first talk about conscious leadership for organizations, and then a little bit about conscious leadership for individuals, what it does and how it manifests. So, leading from the place of inner power versus victim mentality and circumstantial power. So this is a really fundamental turning point in leadership, so I believe. So what kind of organizational impact would the conscious leadership create? Let's look at this way. There are so many people in our world who live in a victim mentality, where they lack personal power, they're not confident, they don't have a deeper knowledge of who they are and what they want, what they stand for. It's hard for them to take responsibility for what is going on in their life, and so they actually transfer that to their team. So they start blaming other people, they start blaming their team for the mistakes or for the job not done. And this creates toxic environments and toxic culture in the organization itself, if we're talking about the leader in the victim mentality, and in the personal life too. And so if we look at it this way, policies of a leader who lives their life or leads their life from a victim mentality are going to be really focused on trying to control, restrict, and limit people in some way. simply because they feel like they need to control the environment, because they feel like they don't have their power. Now, if we look at the conscious leader, on the contrary, this person truly knows themselves well. They know what they stand for. They know their non-negotiables, their deep values, and they are really capable of communicating them really well and respectfully with empathy towards others. They are aligned in their body, mind, and soul. They are aligned with their higher purpose, and they know their values, so they live by them. Of course, a conscious leader takes full responsibility for everything that happens in their life, from the small things to the big things, without blaming circumstances and blaming other people or even themselves. A leader who is a conscious leader genuinely tends to empower others and are not scared by the successes of other people, and on the contrary, learn from them. And a leader like this also creates policies that uplift, educate, and inspire employees and people around them so that they can be and do their best. This, as a result, creates a thriving environment in the workplace, in an organization, and even at home. So let's look at the personal impact of conscious leadership versus victim mentality. So I kind of touched on that a little bit. A leader with a victim mentality who lacks personal inner power, of course, they blame everyone around them, don't take responsibility. They have poor relationships with everyone around them. And so that is the result, because we are so dependent on the community that we are in. We are not isolated. We are truly impacted by the people around us. So if we're unable to take ownership of our life, and we're unable to create positive relationships, then the opportunities that we truly want are not going to come to us. So, and living in this mentality is truly difficult. So when a person on the personal level becomes a conscious leader, they start leading themselves. They start taking full responsibility for their life, everything that happens in it, and they truly, truly know themselves, their values, their non-negotiables, their wants, their likes, dislikes, their boundaries. And they're really self-aware and situationally aware. They understand and have a higher level of emotional intelligence as well. A person like this lives their higher purpose, or at least goes in a direction that helps them to find their purpose, to help support others around them. And so a conscious leader of their life usually thrives in all spheres of their life: personal, professional, wellness, relationship, community, and even financial stability. So how do we all become a conscious leader? Well, it is truly about self-development and professional development. We are here on earth truly to learn and grow and become our best self. And there is no end to that, and it never stops. So among the things that you can do is truly get to know yourself and become more self-aware and be in integrity with yourself. That is truly important. Number 2 is showing up, an authentic self-expression. Then goes mindset and attitude. You hear that word everywhere, and mindset is a buzzword right now, and it truly is important to pay attention to that. Then, of course, emotional intelligence and moral compass are truly, truly important to have thriving relationships and well-being in all spheres of life. Intercultural awareness and communication are really highly important to be a great conscious leader. And of course, magnetic charisma and energetic presence that is based on your inner power. So I'm gonna quickly break it down. So knowing yourself, how do we truly know yourself? When I ask you, who are you? What are the thoughts that come to mind? Oftentimes my client answer that, oh, well, I am a mother, or I am a scientist, etc. But these are the roles that we play. And this is just a really deep fundamental question in terms of who are you truly? So I invite you to spend some time with yourself and maybe do some reflection and do some journaling and really kind of sit deep with yourself in terms of, well, who are you in this planet and what is your purpose here? Sometimes when negative situations occur, they help us to understand what we don't want so that we can know what we truly do want. I advise to take some personal development classes and trainings and programs, personality assessment tests, and work with a coach or a psychologist to help you create clarity around who you truly are and what are you passionate about. And of course, once you know who you truly are, showing up for yourself and others authentically with consistency is the key to building trust, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. So when you give a word to yourself that you're going to show up for yourself every day and say exercise or meditate or whatever it is for you, and then you end up not doing that, what happens is that you start losing your own trust and it jeopardizes your feeling of confidence and self-esteem. And the same happens with the people around you. So make sure that you are authentic in your self-expression, that you are in integrity with yourself. If you give a word to someone, please keep it. If you can't keep it, make it work another way. So you continue keeping and gaining the trust of your followers as a leader. Now, mindset. Mindset is a really amazing and interesting thing. I would like you to think about this. 20% of life happens to you and 80% is your reaction to it. Now think about it again. If only 20% happens to us and we have so much power of 80% of how we respond to life, that is truly amazing. So let's look at different types of mindset. What's your mindset? So you're probably familiar with psychologist Carol Susan Dweck, who identified fixed mindset, and then I'm going to talk about growth mindset as well. So fixed mindset is truly kind of a way of explaining the victim mentality in a specific way. People with a fixed mindset believe that they are born with a specific set of skills and knowledge, and that wouldn't change throughout their life. So they're not able to change anything about themselves or their life. They're not able to gain any new skills or improve themselves in any way. And the successes of other people are truly intimidating to them. So it's really hard to build relationships in a genuine way. And it's truly difficult to live in this fixed mindset. So please check with yourself. If you feel like you may be there, it's time to grow. And there goes a growth mindset. And growth mindset is truly when a person starts opening up their mind and thinking to themselves, well, if this person could do that, why can't I? And understanding that you can learn new skills and that failure is just part of learning. There is nothing shameful about it. And that you start getting inspired by the successes of other people and asking to learn from them. That's when we start building success. And then we get to the next level of creative mindset. When you realize that the sky is the limit and you can learn all you want and realize your potential, the creative energy is starting to flow. And that's when you start utilizing different ideas and implementing them. And then, of course, it's impossible to do that all by yourself. So that's when collaborative mindset is truly important, when you start reaching out to create network connections with other people and create amazing collaborations that help to support and help people all around you, around the world, or in your community. And then finally, there's a conscious leader mindset. That's the mindset that I'm talking about, where you think of yourself as the true creator and the conscious leader of your life. When you are the one who picks their thoughts, picks their life experiences and the situation you want to experience in your life. And if there is some contrast, if there is a negative situation, you take responsibility for looking at it and seeing why that occurred and what is it teaching you. So when you change your outlook, you change your life. And then, of course, next, there's emotional intelligence. And I can't talk enough about this, but I'm going to try to be as concise as possible, given our limited time. So based on the Daniel Goleman's quadrant, there are 4 different areas of development and emotional intelligence. First of all, it's self-awareness. It's truly the ability to understand and listen to your own emotions, interpret them and name them correctly, and then allowing for them to flow through your body and let them go. Understand where maybe there were some internal boundaries you were not aware of, and how the communication with a specific person impacted you or triggered you. And also building self-confidence. Then, of course, there is self-management. It's the ability to self-regulate, use your emotions as your internal GPS system navigation that tells you where perhaps you are not valuing yourself enough, where maybe there is an issue with the self-worth and things like that. And then, of course, allowing for yourself to step into the leadership role for yourself and showing up for yourself genuinely and being in integrity with yourself. And then we have social awareness. It's the ability to read other people's emotions and to relate to them. It's the ability to listen authentically and express empathy towards other people. And it's impossible to be a conscious leader without being able to relate to another person, their situation, and feel empathy towards them. So then there is a high organizational awareness. And when it comes to relationship management, it's your ability to communicate your needs and wants clearly, simply, and directly in a respectful way. And of course, having a sense of teamwork. It's the collaborative mindset when we are working collaboratively and respectfully with other people, and using the healthy conflict resolution, and truly, as a leader, helping to educate, inspire, and develop others. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right. And when it comes to intercultural awareness and communication, there are some things that we can do to become a little more aware culturally, also because we are so interconnected in the global world. First of all, it's connecting to people genuinely and being genuinely interested in learning more about them and learning about their culture, communication style, their background. We can learn fascinating things when we're truly focused on listening and learning about another person. And there are some personal assessments that you can take when it comes to intercultural awareness and communication to see what style of communication and how is your culture being perceived by other cultures if you're working with an intercultural teams. And I'd be happy to share that with you after our conversation. And just remember that you are the energetic match to people who come into your life. So if you want a more genuine experience, raise your vibration and work on yourself to become a better person. And then work on building really, truly genuine relationships and connections with people, because it's not about the transactions. It's about building the long-term relationship that will come into various types of collaborations in the future. And of course, a conscious leader is the leader who possesses their inner power, their personal inner power. And this is when the magnetic charisma starts to shine through. There are 3 charismatic behaviors that are usually present. First of all, it is presence itself. Have you ever noticed a person who walks through the door when you're sitting in the meeting and all of a sudden everyone gets quiet and everyone looks at them? And there is something about that person you can't explain, but for whatever reason, you feel like you're drawn to them. This is truly the description of a person who is in their personal power and fully present in the moment. It shows up through the authentic being, listening, and paying attention to whoever is speaking. And then there is the power. It's kind of a more physical way of showing up. It's being able to affect the world around through money, authority, beautiful physique, or social status and clothing. But can you imagine if you build on your presence and have that type of power, what kind of impact you can create as a conscious leader? And then, of course, it is truly important to remember to add the warmth to your presence, because the warmth can be defined as the goodwill towards others. It's your empathy, it's your desire to include everyone around you, that no one is left behind. So now when a person like this walks into the room, it is truly amazing that you just want, for whatever reason, to be around them. And how do we develop this magnetic presence through the inner power? It is truly through aligning your body, mind, and soul. And there are various techniques that you can use to help you get there through the gratitude, the meditation, and yoga and Tai Chi and other things. But it is truly about elevating your consciousness to the next level. Instead of being in your busy ego mind, really worried about all the things that are piled up for you to do this morning. Meditation, for example, really helps to elevate your consciousness and create clarity. It's almost like you get to the level where the sun is always shining, even you're now above the clouds. And this is something that I also teach in my trainings and my individual programs as well. So connecting with your higher self and aligning your body, mind, and soul. So what can you do right now as a person in your life, as a leader in your life, in the organization? How can you help us facilitate this presence? Simply by bringing yourself into the present moment, by focusing on your breath, the sensation that it creates in your body, and different warmth. You can look out the window, look at the beautiful light, the sunlight. The sun is shining in Boston today. I'm really happy about that. You can focus on the sounds. You can go for a walk and be in the nature for some time. It's really important in our busy world to take some breaks after an hour or 2 hours of work, and to really stop looking at the screen for some time and refocus your attention. Come back into your presence. Come back into your alignment. And some of the things that you can do also throughout the day for your self-care is meditation, yoga, Tai Chi. Dance is truly amazing. And anything else that helps you feel alive, passionate, and thriving. So what can organizations do to empower their employees? There are so many things that we can do to help empower others. Well, first of all, I believe that it is about offering leadership training to everyone in your organization, not only people who are in the management or leadership positions. This is something that I noticed that I believe needs to change. At the moment, at the majority of organizations, the leadership training is only offered to people who are being promoted or who are in the leadership or managerial roles. And this leaves the rest of the employees, the body of the organization, truly kind of like under the scope of unleashing potential. So in order for us to help people unleash their potential, we need to empower them. We need to train them. So offering soft skills training, emotional intelligence, confidence building, and really working with various training organizations to deliver opportunities for the employees to step into their power, to learn more about themselves, to take various assessments as a team, and to see who is different, how, and how do we all complement one another to truly harness the power of the teamwork. And this is what is going to help the culture of the organization to thrive, and the impact is going to be very positive and so much bigger. Another thing I wanted to mention is for people who are interested in becoming a conscious leader on a personal level, I have a Thrive and Joy program that is truly an incredible program to go through the transformation. It's a 6-week program, and it helps you we have a very robust curriculum of 6 sessions that allows for you to develop healthy habits, understand where you are in all areas of your life, which areas need to be kind of leveled up, and how can we do this. We create specific goal setting plan and the roadmap for the implementation and the successful transformation. So if you're interested, please do feel free to reach out.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tatyana. I really would like to mention your presentation. If you'll drop that off the PowerPoint presentation, but it was so well put together. Very, very delightful. And good. Yeah, MonadaCoaching.com. Thank you so much. If you'd like to contact Tatyana. Anyone for questions for Tatyana? I had a question then. It actually came in from on the other side at StreamYard, and and I see now we have a couple other comments as well. Maria Eduardo was mentioning teamwork makes the dream work. Would you mind commenting on that a little bit? I know that's kind of a buzzword out there. Oh, teamwork makes the dream work. But could you just give us some insight into that real quick, Tatyana?
Absolutely. And I completely agree with this expression that teamwork makes dream work. It happens when everyone on the team feels empowered, that they feel valued, and they know themselves. And so in order to have this dream work of a teamwork, it's really important for the leader to create this environment where everyone feels like they are equal in the way that everyone is different. Everyone has different skills, different cultural backgrounds. But knowing what each of you brings to the table, and I'm getting goosebumps already talking about this, it creates this authentic harmony that Dr. Pauline was talking about. So yes, I completely agree with that and support that.
The other part of her question is if you would please comment on how important it is to empower each other. These comments are coming in off of our Facebook stream, by the way, no matter the race or gender, etc.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is how we are showing up. And I will tell you even more so. It's really important to be your true, authentic self. It's really important not to hide yourself. Like, say, for example, oftentimes people at work don't share about what they love doing, say, outside of work, simply because they maybe feel ashamed for whatever reason, or they're hiding some part of their identity for understandable reasons. But what happens is that it becomes really hard to relate to other people because it feels like there is some kind of a wall that you've created by hiding something. And so it is truly important to empower yourself to be your true, authentic self. And if you feel like you need support with that, how do I show up? I'm so afraid. And oftentimes people experience trauma in the past for whatever reason, and then it becomes really hard for them to show up authentically. I know personally for me, it was years before I became comfortable giving presentations, going live, and because I used to live my life like this, like, don't look at me. And there are so many people who go through that, and it's completely understandable. But please empower yourself to be your true you. Work with a coach, work with a psychologist, whatever that takes. You only have one life, and it's yours.
I think, that's super important not to. At some point, you just don't care anymore. You're so sick and tired of trying to please the other humans and fit in. And a lot of companies say they want DEI, but when they get it in their face, for instance, I've had comments about my body, like he looks like a little girl, he's got long hair. it's inappropriate conduct. That's at some point you say to yourself, you actually don't care any longer. You're not going to wear a suit with a red tie and fit in with the cookie cutter approach and cut my hair back down short. And you're right, you only have one of these lives here on the earth. We all get two lives. We all get to live again forever. But here, walking with the humans, it's just one shot. So at some point, I think you don't really care anymore. And I was wondering if Elaine had a comment about that, some insight about that. She is one of our most senior and trusted presidential advisors to this presidential office. Elaine, was there a point where you decided I just don't care anymore? She may be fiddling with her microphone there.
Should I stop maybe?
Good morning, everyone. I have never decided at any point that I do not care. I will always care because I am a true servant. But I have reached the point where I am exhausted. I have tried so hard to make a difference in my community, and I have been met with so much resistance because of the lack of understanding of the individuals in my community. I continue to work in other areas, but I find it extremely difficult when I am trying to do everything that is positive for my community, and I'm being harassed. I am being lied on. It's as though people cease to care about others. And I'm certainly not that person. I care about everyone all over the world. When I pray for the world. I pray for my brothers and sisters, my mothers and fathers, and my children all over the world, because we are our brother's keeper. And I truly, truly love everyone and will do any and everything possible. I've dealt with threats on my life. I've dealt with a lot of negativism. And at a certain point in life, at my age especially, you get tired. You want to take a break. And when you cannot get people to understand where we are in this world and in this nation, it disheartens me, in other words.
Yes.
But I will continue to fight for what is right, what is righteous, and to help others. I'll just move on to another area. As my pastor stated, I'm tired of being a minnow at the edge of the pond with mosquitoes flying over my head. I'm ready to move out into the ocean and to truly, truly make a difference.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
I can tell from the face.
Doris, I believe you are truly amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And what I think is that we have to be aware of the fact that there are people of different walks of life on this planet, and we all have different levels of consciousness and come from a different kind of understanding of levels of how we're looking at the same objects. So the mindset, the experience that we grew up with. So if I put a glass of water on the table and we all sit around it, we all have our cultural, socioeconomic, familial perspective. And so it just colors our glasses with different color. And we're looking at the same glass and it will look very differently. So trying to explain and help the person to rise to the next level, if they are not seeing and understanding, it is their journey. And I'm getting goosebumps again. It is their journey to go through to get to that level. But what you are doing is you are putting the seeds into the soil. And one day maybe tomorrow, maybe 5 years down the road, maybe 20 years down the road, that person is going to look back and say, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful to Doris that she did that for me. And I didn't even realize what and how powerful that was. So we can be our best self. And this is why conscious leadership, I believe, is so important, because we can empower others by our own example. We can't force others into change, because that will be forcing that's not right. That's not authentic. But we can empower others by being the light in this world, by shining our true light, and by inspiring others. Like I truly believe that.
I couldn't say it better. And thank you, Elaine, once again for your wisdom. One big thing I would often mention is don't equate age to wisdom. That was a huge mistake I made when I was younger. I thought all older people were wise. I just automatically equated age, wisdom. Let me go ask them. And you can actually get horrible advice from some old people. Be very, very careful. And in the case of Elaine, you're going to get both. You're going to get age and wisdom, and probably a third bonus of love. So without further ado, I would like to move into our prayer from Russia and Nikolay Sepala. If you would please give us our international invocation from the Heavenly Parent.
Hey, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just testing. Okay, please join my prayer too. Dear Heavenly Parent, we are so happy to meet you live here. We are meeting so great leaders globally in different parts of the world, but we are doing one good job. We are building peace. Around us, there are homes and other different things. Heavenly Parent, what remaining from the past history, but we coming in the new era of your direct dominion, and we could see you how the world is changing. And this kind of meeting, what we have now, is so interesting that we have so brilliant people. They are doing so great things here on the planet. We meet monthly, and we report to you and to brothers and sisters for Global Family what we was doing, and looking for new tips, what you can teach us. Dear Heavenly Parent, please lead us to understand how we can in the week, next month, and this year, because now this great year is a new beginning, and let it be a shining beginning, and let it be really with a great hope that it will change very much, because we have so much suffering. There was like Corona, and now the war, and let it be shine and a good year. Dear Heavenly Parent, I really pray for all brothers and sisters who are joining here, and I pray for their great work, and please help them to grow and prosper even more as they are helping so many people globally. Please receive this short report. I pray in my name as Nikolai Kerpal, Central Blessed Family. Aju. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. We must remember that we have Rotary clubs.
You're on mute, Marty.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Nikolay. We have to remember that we have Rotary clubs in Ukraine, Russia, China, everywhere that you may not like on earth. I was asked this week to sign a petition to kick Russia out of the United Nations permanently. Kick them off of the Security Council and kick them out of the United Nations. And I said, how can I sign that? You can't sign that. We need them to be part of the United Nations. We have to work with one another to resolve our differences and create peace, because with peace, we have tranquility, and with tranquility, we have love. And with love, we have Dr. Desiree Richardson from London with 1 minute of love. Dr. Desiree, would you take it away, please?
Thank you so much, and a pleasant good afternoon to everyone who's watching and listening all across the world. We're so grateful to have you. And thank you to our guests today and everyone here on the panel. I just want to say that you are worthy, and to everyone all over the world, I believe in my heart that happiness belongs to you, and the happiest of 2023, let it be yours. God will shine his light on you even in your darkest moments. Please use it to shine on others. Be there for them, care for them, and remind them of their worthiness. When the world is weighing heavy on your shoulders, keep dancing and keep smiling so that the light of your greatness in you will overpower any toxic intentions towards you. Remember the power of choice, the mastery to choose, and the power to let go, but the power of love. The calm will come, but allows the storm to prepare you for the thunder of blessings that will fall in your lap. So keep your hope alive by stepping in your dignity, standing in your truth, and staying in your peace, all my love. Thank you.
Thank you for that fantastic rendition of 1 Minute of Love. We're very blessed to have 1 Minute of Love present and also to honor all the work that Dr. Richardson is doing in England. We welcome you to attend, of course, the Men of Empowerment celebrations and awards, and also all of the awards for ladies held each year. The massive event was just held. Did you want to give us another update just quickly on the Gentlemen of Heart and the Ladies of Heart? Because I know there's been a lot of photos still coming out and videos from the
Oh,
mega
yeah.
event.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a
Thank you
little
so much
short
for
one,
the
please.
opportunity. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, Women of Heart Awards and Gentlemen of Heart Awards was a huge success. And what people like most about it is that it was filled with love and there was a lot of light, there was a lot of positive energy because people are coming back this year and we are now starting to open the awards for women who are working from the heart space, women who are heart centered, women who are giving their time and efforts. But most also, we also have Gentlemen of Heart Awards. And this year, we are going to crown a gentleman as the face of Gentlemen of Heart Awards, which we have Lance
Does he get a
OBE.
sash?
No, we're thinking about a nice crown for him that says face of Goha, but I don't know the designers yet, but we should have it ready, handmade or something like that, like just how we do with the face of Goha crown. So we do have Gentlemen of Heart Awards, and this is for men, face of Gentlemen of Heart Awards, so face of Goha, and this is for men who are who are doing humanitarian work, who are raising money for charities all across the globe. And we want to continue to spread the light and for other people to do so because the world needs people of great heart and of great light who can make a huge impact by, giving their time, their support, and their efforts to make a huge difference in our world. And we are delighted to have Goha on October 7th here in London, awarding gentlemen of authenticity, leadership, and just a great men who are, I call them men of virtue, and we want to lead our young men into a great future by spreading these men who are really a part of this huge change in this new era.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Desiree. Expect to see and hear more about that, with more funding opportunities, more sponsorship for those excellent awards. And also part of old business, before we move into new business, we did have two books that launched. Of course, one of our members, Ritu Chopra, who lives in New Jersey, has had her book finished and is getting ready to launch coming up here. Keep your eye tuned on WhatsApp for Ritu's massive book launch. Also, Dr. Pauline Crawford book has launched. Check on the WhatsApp group, check all over the web with Dr. Pauline. I ordered her book opening day. She asked for realistic commitment and realistic purchases from people who actually really want to get involved. When somebody publishes a book in Rotary, I don't care if it's in your district. We would want to purchase that book. Okay. We're not going to leave members hanging out in the wind. Even if a guest speaker said, "Oh, I was a speaker earlier in the year. I'm publishing a book." I mean, that's a huge, huge event. I have published 11 books, and let me tell you, it is something you spend months anguish in writing. Okay. So these are huge events. Similar opportunities. If somebody says, "I have an app available for $2 download," I released a new piece of music like Orlando Herrera Jr. It's $1 at the App Store. Please get involved for real and download that sucker. Don't sit there and hurt yourself psychotherapeutically and hurt yourself psychologically. We have proven, and I talked about it in today's email, the American Psychological Association has proven that voyeurs who do nothing but scrolling up and down and never engage or interact with the humans, all they're doing is scrolling. Okay. That this therapeutically and psychologically damages the mind. All right. It creates isolation and many harmful, damaging things. So if you'd like to read those studies, we've had the internet long enough now. You need some longevity and you need large pools of people to be studied by therapists to get the data and get the results. We've had the internet long enough now. Don't be like them, okay? they're not doing anything. They contribute nothing to the humans, and they're not here on Earth to do anything. Any other old business that somebody would like to bring up? Old business.
We did have our board of directors first meeting for the year on I'm already ahead of myself, on January 6th, Friday, January 6th, with Pauline, with our our president-elect, Dr. Pauline, and there was no voting needed. We already had voted in the previous board of directors meeting, the last one of the year, to send Dr. Pauline, president-elect, to Vegas for the pets. So that's exciting. She's already registered. So that was exciting old news. And the minutes will be up and posted in the leaders board for archive.
And just for everybody out there, PETS is president-elect training and seminar. PETS. So every president-elect worldwide in Rotary, 46,000 of them, because we have 46,000 clubs, goes to training, and we paid the $699 for that for her. That's the hotel, that is the meals, that is the training, the seminars, everything. She's going to the Southwest Conference, which this year is being held in Los Angeles. So that's done. That bill was paid. That was voted on. I'd like to now move into new business with a level C. Please don't forget the Rotary Code of Conduct and our ethics and ethos and the four-way test for Rotary International. We also have coming up Black History Month, and we have today on the phone with us some of our fellow members who are Black Americans. We love them to death. Nurse Willie, a former United States Marine, and his loving wife, who he adores and cherishes, Dr. Shannon Stewart, a paying Rotarian and member. We are going to, for Black History Month, we are going to make history. For many, many years, we have celebrated history. This year, we are going to make our own Black history, okay? And this club is going to lead the way, like it has done in the past with the Candles and Tears show for the Ukraine and many other things that we have done, how to bring more women into your club. But we are going to launch on Kiva a fundraising drive for $13,000 for their business, Telemedi Pro. And so I would like to invite Willie, is on the phone with us with Dr. Shannon, to give us a little brief about this. Willie, are you there in Florida?
Hi, we're here. This is Dr. Shannon here. We're excited about our fundraiser coming up.
Yeah, and this is Nurse Willie. Our launch is going to be starting February 1st. That's the pre-launch. And we're excited about everything going on with it. And we're hoping to get support from all of the Rotarians here. And then we would love for you to support us on Valentine's Day when we have the main launch. That's our main launch. And it's the month of love, month of Black history. And it's a Black-owned business, a female Black-owned business, and veteran-owned. So we'll be hitting all of those different causes to provide healthcare access through telemedicine to underserved people around the world. So thank you for everyone's support in advance for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have that up on screen right now. I know they're just joining us by phone, but the world is watching. You can see that we are a certified Kiva supporter with the United States Presidential Service Center. Rotary is just joining this as a sponsor, Global Impact Club. And then we're marketing this, as Nurse Willie said and Dr. Shannon said, this is going to be a full-on public kiva.org launch worldwide on Valentine's Day. The pre-launch, as Willie said, is February 1st. And we are celebrating love. We're celebrating Black History Month. This is a female-owned business. This is a veteran-owned business. This is like a four-fecta, okay? So maybe you heard about the trifecta at the races, but this is a four-fecta. This is for Telemedi Pro, Global Health and Wellness. And remember one thing about Kiva, I would just say, it's not a GoFundMe. It's not free cash. You're not making a donation. They don't allow donations, okay? They're forbidden. This is a loan that you get paid back. And if you're like me, somebody who has thousands of dollars that I've loaned, I actually don't want the money back at Kiva, okay? It comes back in. I have about $92.64 with tons and tons of repayments in December, some 60 different people who have repaid me from all over Africa. I have loans in 22 countries right now, 77 different loans. The money builds back up to 500, 600, 700, 800. I just loan it all back out again. So then you take your money, like you started with $25, it grows to 50, then 75, then 100. It doubles every time, 150, 250. And you can take it all back and keep it if you want, but you don't have to. You could just be doing loans like Patty has done, Honduras. And where else, Patty, have you done? Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico was one of them. We also have done, oh gosh, I mean, all over the place. I mean, remember when we did the 500? Remember when we did we did the 500,000 in like, a matter of like,
yeah,
what was it, a week or less?
Yeah,
it was
8
crazy.
days for Nigeria, 25,000 women.
I mean, we were picking from every country, and it was for women. So it was empowering women, and we were picking a woman from like every country. Remember, Pauline? That was really cool. So it's a beautiful thing, though. It's a beautiful ecosystem. I get the emails. You have money in your account, but like I am so excited to send it right over to our very own members over there. So I'm very excited.
This is going to be exciting because this is our people, okay? So we're going to help launch our people's business. And the next person that raises their hand, like Willie did, and says, "Hey, Marty, I see you just did another 500 grand in the Democratic Republic of the Congo to illuminate 125,000 homes after you did the 25,000 women chicken farmers with Patty in Nigeria. Can we do that kind of stuff in the United States?" I'm like, absolutely. So let's do it. So if you have an idea, you have a need with cash to start something, a food truck, a gift shop, a hair salon, a nail salon, it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, please let us know. Last thing I have would be new business. I'll shift into new business. Does anybody want to bring up new business before I end today's meeting? Patty, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Aaron. I'll just go because I beat you to it. But I just want to be mindful of the amazing work, number one, that Rotarians are doing are right in here. And not only that, the resources that are available in here are off the hook. I'm just going to, off the top of my head, I wrote them down so I don't forget. It's the Rotary Learning. That's free. Then we got the Positive Peace Academy. Again, join. The initiative, the presidential initiative by Jennifer Jones with all the DEI and women empowerment. It's in here. So you don't have to memorize memorize it. Just go to your resource and you're in like Flynn. So check out the beautiful photographs that are around the world, all the good things we're doing. The mental health cares in here. Tatyana, I don't know if you got to see the loneliness. It's a few pages on the loneliness, but how Rotarians are really coming together to stop that. And again, just check out the magazine. It's a beautiful resource. Let's use it. Let's get engagement with this. And also, as a marketing person, part of Mangello Associates, now Rotary Magazine allows advertising. So if you're doing great work, now the world could find out about it. So that's another insight.
Yeah.
Back to you, Marty.
First time in history, Rotary Magazine is taking advertising. If you'd like to receive the magazine at your home every month, no matter where you live on earth, please contact Patty. She will get that engaged and turned on for you. It is $1 a month. I get it. I think it's worth its weight in gold. I love getting my Rotary Magazine. Any other new business, Aaron?
Yeah, I just wanted to recommend, I did this online. You could, if you're going to any events, and also it's just good to be educated, to do the youth protection classroom on the My Rotary website.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the youth protection, we're still working on certification of that, and we're going to check in again.
I got mine. I got mine. We have our brochure. We're ready to roll. But thank you for bringing attention to that, because I think it's time. We're a baby club, but we're doing great work, and now I think it's time that we start rolling in with that. And I know Pauline has something up her sleeve with that, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Last thing I have. Oh, go ahead, Pauline.
I was going to say, I think it's fantastic you're doing it. I'm going to have to do mine. So as well as my pets training, I'll do the protection one. I just got to launch my book and my website first.
Last thing I have for you for new business is, of course, our financials are always on the website. They are up to date, as most up to date as they could be. Our income statement, our balance sheet is published every month on our website. Please download it. Also, the foundation this week issued its 2022 financials with report. If you want to go through, the reports are back 3 years at all times at Rotary.org. Our audited returns, our president's expenses, our director's expenses, and our trustees' expenses, in addition to our Form 990 with the IRS. It's all on the website at Rotary.org. Tomorrow we will be meeting, if you're into VR, MR, AR, or XR. We will be meeting online tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. There's about 250 of us registered. I'll put out privately the code. We always are on AltSpace. We're going to go back into the metaverse tomorrow, 11 PST. That'll be 2 p.m. EDT, 2 p.m. Eastern Seaboard. There's about 250 registered right now. This will be tomorrow, 3 guest speakers up on the digital stage. Build your avatar. You'll know me as soon as you see me. I kind of have crazy purple hair in my avatar. So I'll be walking around, and I'll try not to walk into the pool. I was having a meeting with about 8 people in a pool on the top of, we're typically up on the 113th floor on the top of the skyscraper, and there's a pool up there. But this will be about marketing, and I'll put out the private code for AltSpace. If you're coming into AltSpace via any means, AltSpace, you can come in on the computer. I will be coming in with my Oculus headset. When you go into Oculus, there's already an AltSpace app for free. You walk in there and you're going to put the code in that I'm going to give you, and you will suddenly see you're on the top of a rooftop deck of a skyscraper. And it's no different, guys, honestly, than going to a Chamber of Commerce meeting or a Rotary convention. You walk around, you can hear from each ear different groups of people talking. After the presentation up on the stage, they will mention this speaker, that speaker are going over there to the bar. That speaker is going over to the garden. If you want to talk with them a little bit more, I know we have Sophia Moshasha, Deborah Worrell, and our big host all the time, Terry Proto. He'll be up there on the stage and introduce tomorrow's guests. So If you'd like to start networking and going to meetings and conventions where you can meet hundreds of people, and that's what happens when you approach a group. I kind of stand there and just listen because there's like about 7 other people talking. And then eventually somebody will say, "Oh, well, you seem to be new. What are you doing?" And I'll mention I'm Marty Mangello, and I'm, from Global Impact Club for Rotary International. It'll be your opportunity to tell who you're from, what you're doing, what you're offering, what you're selling, whatever you want to say. And I've picked up clients in the metaverse. This is about metaverse marketing. If you don't understand it, you don't get it, please feel free to come in. You're invited. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us again today. Will we have a goodbye then from you, Patty? Will we have a goodbye?
Goodbye. Have an amazing day, everybody. And don't forget to check out our Rotary magazine. And again, there is one more thing I did forget to say. There is myrotary.org/Rotary-direct. It's in here. That's to automatically just don't, then you don't have to worry about the foundations getting covered. And this way, when the foundation is covered on behalf of our club, we could do so much more for the world. So I encourage everybody to go ahead and just set up their direct payment. They could get as minimum as $10 a month. But then again, we can do great work if we contribute to that Rotary Foundation. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you for everything in 2022. Let's make this year a great year. Take care.
If you believe in love, alone, we can only do so much. But together, progress is boundless. Together, we provide training and resources to people and communities, growing local economies, supporting education, and promoting peace. Together, we help those who need us the most, preventing diseases, providing clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, and supporting mothers and their children. Together, we make a difference. And it is all thanks to you. As Rotary members, we challenge ourselves to do better. Only looking back to see how far we have come. Last year, more than $430 million was contributed to the Rotary Foundation. Because of you, over 1,190 global grants, 470 district grants, and 225 disaster response grants were funded. And over $15 million was donated to support refugees from Ukraine. Thank you for supporting the Rotary Foundation and all you do on behalf of others. Because of you, together we can do even more good.
Okay. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you, Maria Eduardo, for your wonderful comments and signing in today. We appreciate you so much. And thank you for your love for Dr. Desiree. That is just fantastic of you to mention. Also, greetings from Dr. Shannon Stewart, asking that anybody that was interested today in helping and participating with their launch on kiva.org, if you would please get your $25 ready. The soft launch is going to be February 1st. The big launch, of course, is going to be, as they said, Valentine's Day, the 14th. Thank you to the stewards, and we really, really appreciate it, all of their help. And Maria also said thank you. She appreciates everything. And we had a mention of the Rotary Global Impact.org, our website. If you wanted to come in It's at /welcometoyou.php if you wanted to come in and see a little bit more about what we're doing. Thank you to everybody so much for joining us once again. I'm Marty Mangello, your able-bodied host and peasant president, signing out today, trying to make it through the beginning of 2023. And of course, also very interested in getting through the winter and not freezing. Thank you for all of your support as well for the Rotary Global Impact sponsorship of the Ukraine program, Ukraine Tears and Candles, that we hosted with the Presidential Center. It was fantastic. We appreciate all that you do.